Hello, I'm Rachel and welcome to Pilates today. So we're going to move straight into it. We're going to start off holding that set-up position. So as much as you can, your body aligned, dropping all the way down. So a forward roll, always drawing in with your belly button into your spine. Once you get down as far as you can go, hold that stretch, shake your head. Do some yeses and some no's just to loosen up any tension in your neck. Feel stretch right down the back of your body. You can grab on to one elbow with each hand and just hang. Feel stretch in the back of your legs and then walking your hands out along double yellow lines, bending your knees if you need to. We're going to come into a down dog shape. So hands shoulder distance apart, knees and feet hip distance are a little bit wider. Draw your belly button into your spine. Lift your heels high so you can lift your hips high. You can let your heels drop if you want to, and then lift them back up. See if you notice how that affects your spine. See if that lift, extra lift of your tailbone helps you just to feel a slight extension in your spine. You just lift and lower your heels, which is going to raise your hips nice and high. One more breath like this. And then gently we're going to drop down onto our hands and knees. So we're just going to do one or two exercises here today, keeping your hands under your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Draw your belly button into your spine, keep your shoulders drawing down nice and low, keep your pelvic floor muscles drawing in and up, and crown of your head reaching forwards. We're going to start with swimming, opposite arm, opposite leg, reaching out as far as you can through your fingers and your feet. Really lengthen, breathe out as you reach out, point your toes, feel a stretch right down the front of your leg. So from your hip down to the front of your foot. The speed is up to you on this one, so you can keep it slow and steady, or you can speed it up if you want to. As long as you're keeping controlled in the middle. Just a few more. For the last few, as you reach out, if you want a bit more, you can crunch in, elbow to knee, reach out and down. So out, in, out and down, but don't let your back change. Hold that really strong, steady position with your spine. Keep breathing. One more each side like this. And then we're going to rest everything down in the middle. We're going to stay in this position. I'm just going to come forwards a little bit. Keeping your hands under your shoulders. We're going to walk out into our plank and then walk our knees back in. So you walk it out into your plank and then walking your knees back in. Take care that your knees are coming back in underneath your hips. Keep drawing your belly button in towards your spine. Try and make this as controlled as you can. I'm just going to move to the side so you can see as well from a different angle. Keep going. If you want a little bit more with this one, when you walk out into your plank, you can rock 3 times on the balls of your feet, and then you're walking your knees back in. Keep going, just a few more. Or just keep walking out into your plank. It's totally up to you. Last one each side. Belly button working hard. And then once you rest your knees back down, we're going to round up like a cat. So arching your back, draw your belly button into your spine, let your head drop between your hands, between your arms, and then drop down into a child's pose. Rest, so get your bottom right down on your heels, reach your fingers as far forward as you can, let your forehead rest down. Take some deep breaths like this, fill your lungs, let your spine stretch away. Push into your whole palms, your whole hands. Take some breaths. And then we're going to come back up onto all fours. I'm going to start back in this shape. So we're just going to do one or two more planks like this. So we're going to walk out into our plank. This time you're holding that plank shape, arm to shoulder, arm to shoulder. If you need to, bring your knees back in at that point. Lead out again, opposite leg going first this time. And you're trying to keep this move as steady as you can. So as you bring that arm to tap one shoulder at a time, you're not letting your body move. Alternate which hand and which leg goes first. Let's keep going. Let's do a few more. I'll show you from the side as well. Let's keep going. Go at your own pace. Hold in that shape as steady as you can. One more each side. And then when you come back to the middle, we're going to come to a seated position. So crossing your legs if that's comfortable. Sitting nice and tall on your sit bones. Belly button still engaged. Shoulders as low as you can. So you can feel a real openness across your chest. And we're going to move into some spine twists. So holding your head. If you imagine that your neck is in line with your spine. So don't be forwards, don't be back. Just try and think about that alignment. You've got your rib cage over your pelvis. We're going to breathe out and twist out. Breathe in and come back to the middle. So you can make this a little bit of a recovery for your breath, but also it's control. So you're still working hard. Your core is needed for this one. Let your eyes just scan the horizon as you twist from side to side. Keep your shoulders low. Breathe and turn. If you want a little bit more, we're going to bring both arms out straight. Keep your hands at the same height as your shoulders. And keep your shoulders nice and low. So you've got real openness across your chest. Breathe and turn. Stay with that breath pattern. See if you can turn just a little bit further with both arms out while both sides of your bottom stay down on the mat as you twist from side to side. Keep going. Let's do one more each side. And then you can rest everything down in the middle. Well done. We're going to come onto our sides for a side bend. So you want your knees together, your feet together, your hips as much as you can, stacked on top of each other. Keep that, again, that openness in your chest. Make sure you've got some support underneath your knee. Bring this arm out to the ground, hand down, wider than your shoulder. So you're making a nice big triangle shape. Draw your belly button into your spine. So it's like you're pinching your waist away from the ground. And we're going to start just with some little hip lifts. So you're lifting up. It's like you've got a hoist around your hips, and your hips are just being pulled up to the ceiling. If you want a bit more, we're going to bring an arm in as well. So lifting up. You might find it's a bit easier as your arm brings a bit more momentum. If you want more, reach up, reach through, back up and down. Up, through, up and down. Keep going, keep breathing. Keep your shoulders nice and relaxed. Keep your chest lifted. Three more. Two. Belly button still engaged. Last one. And then you can rest everything down. Well done. We're going to come onto our sides. I'm just going to adjust my mat so you can see this much better. My mat is this way. So making again a straight line with your whole body. I'm going to do a good bit of leg work. Have your palm facing up, so you're just resting your head on your upper arm. This arm comes in front for support. Knees stacked, feet stacked, hips on top of each other. Start with your hand nice and low, because if it's too high, it's going to raise your shoulder up. So keeping that shoulder low. Keep your belly button drawn into your spine. And we're just starting with lifting and lowering your top leg. Push into your heel. So you're lengthening this leg down your hip from your bottom. Don't lift it too high, it's just a little lift, but lengthen that leg, push into your heel. Feel that that leg's getting longer. 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to lift up both legs together and hold. Push into both heels, little plank, belly button in nice and tight. Hands on your hip for more challenge. Keep holding for 3, 2, 1. You can rest down. Let's do 2 more like that. So lift up and hold. You choose where you put this arm. Support in front if you need it. Hands on your hip for more challenge. You can even bring that arm above your head if you want to really work hard. Push into those heels, lengthen your legs. 3, 2, 1. Rest down. Last one like this. Let's lift up and hold. You choose your arm position. Wherever you're putting your arms, keep your shoulders low. It's not a shoulder raise if you're bringing your arm up, it's an arm raise. Belly button still working. Pushing into your legs. 3, 2, 1, and you can rest everything back down. We're going to move into side kick forward. So we're lifting up this top leg. Push into your heel as you kick forwards. Point your toe. As you bring that leg, you're going to move that chair a little bit as far back behind your leg as you can. So take care of any furniture where you are, anything in your room. I hope you've got some space for this one. Push into your heel as you kick forwards, point your toe as you bring that leg back. Your core is working really hard. You're going to need your hands in front for support for this one. So keep it nice and low, so it's not raising your shoulder up at all. Keep breathing. It might help to breathe out as you kick forwards. No, sorry, the other way around. Breathe in as you kick forwards. Breathe out as you extend that leg as far as you can back behind your body. This leg needs to stay on the same level for the whole kick. So it's not coming up or down. It's on the same level for the whole kick. These hips are working hard. 2 more on this side. Breathe in. Last one. And then you can rest that leg down just for a few seconds. Last one on this leg. Point your toes as you kick up, this time as high as you can, and then bring back heel to heel. So you're kicking up with pointed toes, and then you're bringing that leg back heel to heel. So you're really working the front of your legs as you kick up, and the back of your legs as you control that leg back down. Keep your leg straight. Don't let your knee bend. Breathe in. Core working hard. Few more. 3, 2, 1. And you can rest that leg down. We're going to roll onto our backs and do a few exercises for our core, and then we will do the other leg. So pelvis in neutral like this. So your tailbone is drawing down towards your heels. Your belly button is pushing into the floor. Slide your rib cage down towards your hips just to really engage these core muscles. Arms at your sides. Shoulders should still feel wide and your chest is open. We're going to bring both legs up to tabletop so your shins are parallel to the ceiling. You're curling off with your head and your shoulder blades, and we're going with our pump. So we're going straight into the 100. Fingertips reaching forwards. Breathe in. lemon under your chin, hold it there. You can do this with your head down if you want to. If this gets too much, just lower your head down. If you can, hold your head up and really get your shoulder blades off the mat as well. We're going for 10 pumps like this. Keep that control, look at your abs, they want to be as flat as possible. A few little bumps is okay, but do what you can. Eyes looking between your knees, over halfway, keep going. Holding those knees really steady. If you want to work harder, you can straighten your legs away. Or keep your knees bent. 3 more breaths, keep going. You can even move your legs a little bit. 2. Last breath in. Last breath out. And we'll do a full body stretch out. Let everything rest and stretch. Give your hips a wiggle. Catch your breath. Then we'll bring our arms back to our sides. Plant your hands on the floor. Plant your feet back as you bend your knees. Pelvis back into neutral, so you're sliding your tailbone down towards your heels. Belly button digging into the ground. Slide your ribs down towards your hips. Let's bring both legs back up to tabletop. Curling off your head and your shoulder blades again. If you can, head down if you need to. And this time, we're going to pull in a knee and an ankle. So one hand to your knee, other hand to your ankle, and stretch the other leg away. Shoulders low. You should still feel an openness in your chest as we do this one. Keep going. The arms on the outside of your legs. The hands are helping to keep your feet and your knees aligned with your hips. 3, 2, last one. And then you can rest everything down. We're going to do one more exercise here. So tailbone back into neutral, sliding down towards your heels. Engage your belly button. Slide your ribs down towards your hips. Both legs up to tabletop. Both arms up to the ceiling. We're going to keep our head down this time, and we're kind of working backwards today. We're going to reach out and extend opposite arm, opposite leg, and then bring it back up. So you're going to feel this in your core. Reach that arm and that leg away with control. Keep breathing. Fingertips reaching up for the ceiling. Three more each side. Work with your breath. Don't hold your breath. Last one each side. And then you can give your knees a hug in, a little bit of a rock on your lower back. Let your core muscles just relax. And then from here, now that we're holding onto our knees, we're just going to roll up like a ball. And we're going to do rolling like a ball before we move onto the other leg. So without using your arms, bring your feet in as close as you can to your bottom. Once they're in, grab onto your shins, give them a little pull. I'm going to come forward, so there's definitely space behind me. If you can, point your toes. Find a balance point on your sit bones. If you haven't done these before, start with your hands at your sides, because what we're going to do is push into our cores to roll back, push into our cores to come back up to the top. So it's rolling like a ball with control. If you haven't done them before, have your hands at your sides. If you have, and you can make your ball smaller and tighter. We're controlling this move from our cores. Your feet do not need to touch the floor. Do everything you can to hold that balance, keep that ball shape. Drop. You can tuck your head, get your chin down to your chest. All about core control. Play around with it a little bit. You might be moving around on the ground where you are, that's okay. Try to keep your rock on your lower back and your mid back. 3 more like this. Last one. and then you can rest down. And we're going to get onto the other side for our legs. So we'll start with our side bend, feet together, knees together, hips together, hands out a bit wider than your shoulder, belly button drawing in. So we're going to move straight into our side bends and our hip lifts to start with. So drawing into your core, keeping your chest open and your shoulders low. Little hip lifts. So don't use your arms to start with, so it's really coming from your core. You're really engaging all of these muscles. And then if you want a bit more, you can bring that arm in as well. Work with your breath. Try and keep controlled. If you want to add that extra mini twist for your spine, you can. So it's up, through, back up and down. Let's keep going. You can come up onto your feet instead of your knees for this one, but only do that if you're really controlled with your core. I'd rather that you get the control right and you're using the right muscles than you're doing a really big movement. Keep breathing, keep your shoulders low. Keep that feeling of your core being engaged here. Three more. Two. Last one. And you can rest down. We're going to slide onto our other side. So whichever side you weren't on before, take care that you have changed side because you don't want to do the same leg again. So start with the hands in front for support, but keep it low and be really light on your fingertips. And we're starting with that lift and lower, only a really little lift. So you're pushing into your heel. You're not pointing your toes for this one. You're pushing into your heel, lengthening that leg away. Feel the stretch down your hip, through your glute as well. Lifting and lowering. Lengthening more than lifting. And then let's glue our legs together and lift and hold, pushing into both heels. Again, hands on your hip for more challenge, or you can even bring that hand above your head if you want more challenge. If your arms are up, keep your shoulders low. 3, 2, 1, and we'll rest back down. Let's come up like that 2 more times. So lift up and hold. You choose your arm position. Keep this core working, so your belly button's drawn into your spine. Your hips are working hard. Push down into your heels. Lengthen your legs. 3, 2, 1, and we'll rest down. Let's do one more like that. So lift up and hold. Lengthen your legs. Push into your heels. 3, 2, 1, and we'll rest everything down. Well done. We're going to move on to our side kick on this leg. So your hand comes back in front near your navel for support. Really light on your fingertips. Lift that leg up just about 20 centimeters off the ground. Push into your heel as you kick forwards. Point your toe as you bring that leg back as far as you can. So for this one, your core's working really hard. It's a strong one for your core. Your core is working to keep your hips steady. So move your leg. You're hinging on one hip. If you need to, and I need to on this side, but not the other, it bends that supporting leg. Just if you've got bony hips, it can feel a bit too rough on your hip. Breathe in, keep working with your breath. And you're not letting your hips move position. Your core is working up to a point of challenge, but not to the point of compromise. So not when you're having to move your hips because your core can't swing your leg out and hold your hips steady in that one shape. So really think about that with your pelvis. Pelvis really steady. Feel that stretch down the back of your leg as you kick forwards and down the front of your leg as you kick back. 3 more on this side. 2. Last one. And you can rest your legs down, and we're going to move into our kicks up. So this time you're pointing your toe as you kick up and you're bringing that leg back down, heel to heel. So for this one, you can kick up as high as you like. Last time we were really focusing on lengthening that leg. You can turn your leg out, your knee and your foot out just a little bit to help with that kick up. Let's just do a few more like this. Keep breathing. 3, 2, 1. And then you can rest that leg down. Well done. And final exercise today, we're going to roll onto our backs, fingers facing forwards. So your tailbone again, drawing down towards your heels, belly button drawing in, connect all of those core muscles. To start with, feel that your shoulders are broad on the mat. Feel that your chest is open. This time, we're going to work into our cores, and you're going to unfold your pelvis, but you're rocking the other way. So we're going to roll up through your spine, coming up as high as you're happy to, and then lower back down. We're going to ease into it. You don't need to force anything, work with your breath. This is about flexibility in your spine, strength for your lower back, a little bit of work for your core. But breathe as we move through these. You might even feel that your spine is lengthening on the mat as we're working. You might find that your head needs to move a little bit further back. That's okay. If after a few of these you're someone who likes to go into a crab shape, and you can do that, that's okay. If you're a beginner, you can give it a try, but crabs are all about chest strength and upper body strength. So if you want to try, you're putting your hands, fingers facing towards your shoulders, flat on the mat, moving into a bridge, and then pushing up, using your arms, feet flat on the ground, bending your elbows to gently lower yourself back down, and then you're rolling back down through your spine. So that might be something you want to try today. It might not be for you today. See how you go. It's up to you how long you hold at the top. Roll right onto your tailbone as you come out of your bridge shape. We're going to do 3 more. Keep going, your own pace. You're aiming to work through your spine, bone by bone, muscle by muscle. Optional crab. Listen to your body and do what's right for you today. Let's do 1 more, whatever level you're working at. And when you get back down onto the mat or the ground, wherever you are, you can stretch your legs away. Bring your arms above your head and breathe. Let everything relax. Let your back just relax. Let your body feel heavy wherever you are lying. Shut your eyes if you can and just breathe.